Ebrahim Raisi's supporters erupt with joy. Their champion has just won the Iranian presidential election. The new president is a hardliner, the former head of the judiciary and a close ally to Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Those celebrating at this victory rally are conservatives who consider that voting is a religious duty.
We took part in the election to honor Martyr Soleimani, and we're happy now that our choice prevailed.
We are pleased to see Mr. Raisi become president and see the end of the Rouhani government.
Raisi took 62% of the vote, but turnout was historically low, with less than half of Iranian voters taking part. The Guardian Council, an unelected committee, disqualified all reformist and moderate frontrunners. Many Iranians consider the election was rigged in favor of Raisi and didn't bother voting at all. We head to Islamshah, a conservative city just outside Tehran, to meet Ali, a 25-year-old law graduate who decided not to cast his ballot. He is unemployed and helps his parents out at the family's restaurant.
I studied English, I studied law, but if I'm doing this job in Iran, it's because just for money.
I voted for Mr. Raisi, and he's won the election.
I voted. It's my duty as a resident of this country, and I must vote for the future of my children.
Ali's conservative parents don't know their son chose not to vote.
You didn't vote? Oh, I didn't know. It's your personal choice. If he didn't vote, that's his own personal decision.
Young people are disappointed with the country's situation. A majority of young people didn't vote, but I did think my son had voted. He must be really unhappy.
Yeah, it's sad. She believes that we made a mistake.
The family's flat sits just above the restaurant. Ali's parents are devout Muslims. Ali considers himself a religious person. He remains attached to the Islamic Revolution.
If I didn't vote, it doesn't mean that I don't like my country or I don't like the system. I like system, okay? But it's something like that I'm angry. I'm angry about my government. We voted for them 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 12 years ago. We voted them, okay, to work for us. But they didn't do that.
Like Ali, many Iranians are angry because they can't make ends meet. Western sanctions, mismanagement, corruption, and the coronavirus have devastated the Iranian economy. Prices are soaring at the market. 1/3 of the population risks falling under the poverty line, according to the World Bank.
I have to rent my home. I have 3 children, and I haven't worked for 2 years. I can't go on like this with these extremely high prices. They say everything will get better, but it keeps deteriorating.
Ali is at the market with his mother and sister to buy spices for the restaurant.
This is the flower of saffron, and I don't know how much is it. Zeytin kilo çende? 400. And it's about 400 tomans. Prices in Iran, they raise day by day. Maybe you just buy a kilogram of this today, 100 tomans, okay? Tomorrow, if you come here, you will buy it 120 tomans. It's like a video game, they control us. Maybe just a main player change, okay? One day Mr. Rouhani, one day Mr. Raisi, one day Mr. Ahmadinejad. They just change, okay? We are just players here. They are coach.
With Raisi elected president, ultra-conservatives now control all 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. Some Iranians are worried that they might want to crack down on liberties, especially regarding women. In Iran, since the Islamic Revolution, law requires women to cover their heads in public. But for now, there are still places where rules can be bent. Darband is a popular mountain resort north of Tehran. People come here to escape the pollution and the noise of the city. This group of women, 2 sisters and their 3 daughters, have come for a hike and a tea. Here, they can let their hair down, literally.
Actually, the headscarf is mandatory, so we wear it. But here, when it falls, we just leave it on our shoulders.
Did you vote?
No, we didn't.
No.
Laleh and Manijeh, the mothers, haven't voted either. Ebrahim Raisi hasn't announced new restrictions, but they worry that he might force them to wear the chador, the fundamentalists' long black veil.
I refuse to wear the chador. I just won't leave the house. Women will stop working, the country will shut down.
We won't wear it. They'll arrest us, we'll take it off. So they'll arrest us again and we'll take it off again.
I'm against uncovering myself too much. But the chador, I'm against it.
Ebrahim Raisi will be sworn in early August. For now, it appears restricting liberties isn't the priority. He's more likely to focus on the economy in order to ramp up support amongst the majority of Iranians that chose not to vote.